All right, final section of Algebra 2B. This trimester must be coming to an end, but here we go. Sketch a 200-degree angle and a negative 200-degree angle. So we'll start here. There is an implied plus there if you listen to the pre-lesson, which means you're going to go up 200 degrees. Remember, a semicircle is 180. So go a little bit further, and there you have it. There's a 200-degree angle sketched. Negative 200. Remember, you always start right here. This is called the initial side. This is called standard position. Bottom line, you always start your spinner here. Always start your spinner there. What does that negative mean? Simply means go down. So there's negative 180, which means I need to go 20 degrees further, that was a lot farther than 20, but I'm not going to worry about that. So there's my negative 200-degree spin. So it's a pretty simple start. It really is. Now this says, sketch each angle in standard position, classify by quadrant. And you can tell right up here, quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. And you guys, this is familiar language, so we're just adding a step. So you start here, always up to 45 would be right about there, and you're in quadrant 1. 480 just means go around a full circle and then keep going 120. So we start here, we go around a full circle, keep going 120. There's 90 plus 30 would stop right about there, and we are in the second quadrant. Negative 120 just means go down. See, this is pretty simple stuff. So we're going to go down 90. How much farther? 30. And we'd stop right there. Where are we at? We're in quadrant 3. Negative 405 means a couple things. It means, number one, go down. But it also means go down 360, which is a full circle. And then keep going 45. Because this plus this adds up to 405. So I went around 360. It just means that I need to keep going 45 degrees right about there, which leaves me in quadrant 4. All right, this is just warming you up for the real stuff. So this says two angles are coterminal if they're terminal sides. That just means where it stops, coincide. That means stops in the exact same spot. And it says consider a 225-degree angle. I think some of the information got cut off. So what it's saying is find one positive coterminal angle and find one negative coterminal angle. So the first thing you do is you draw this. So 225 means up. That's 180, and you got to keep track of these little precise measurements. How much farther do I need to go? I need to go 45 degrees farther. So I'm going to label that because that's going to help me. So there's my 225-degree spin. Notice my original was positive. So to find the other positive one, I would just need to keep going around full circle, 360 more. So I'm just going to go 225 plus another revolution, which would leave me with 585 degrees. That would be a coterminal angle with 225. In other words, if I spin 225, I stop here. If I go 585, I go 360 plus 225, and I'll end in the exact same spot. Now, because the original is positive, if I just subtract this from 360 and figure out what this portion is, this is my negative spin. This would be, 135. So it'd be negative 135. So if I started my spinner right here and I went down 135, that would be considered coterminal with a positive 225. They just end in the same spot. So now the same instructions for this. Our initial spin is down 45 degrees. So there's 45, there's 45, but they want one positive one and they want a negative one. Well, remember the original was negative. So I'm going to go after the negative one first. In other words, if I go down 45 and stop, and if I just kept going another 360, I would end in the same spot. So that'd be my original spin plus another revolution, which is just another way of saying negative 360, and I'd get negative 405. How would I get to the positive? I'm going to take 360 and subtract this spin and figure out what would be left. And that would be 315 degrees. There's my positive. In other words, if I went like this, I went 90, 180, 270, plus this, that would give me 315. And that, I hope, is a pretty simple initial lesson for section 12.